Lesson 10, Powering Up and Powering Down Devices. By the end of this lesson, you should demonstrate the correct way of powering up and down different electronic devices. Peripheral devices help us to do specific tasks like printing, scanning, input and output of data or information in the computer system. The most important peripherals are the monitor and the keyboard. All input and output devices are called peripherals. Since all computers and most peripherals work with electricity, we need to know the correct way of switching them on and off. This may help us to protect the devices from damage. Whenever you want to use a computer, ensure that you use the power button to start it or to turn it on. After you power the computer up, the operating system is automatically loaded into primary memory from the hard disk. Afterwards, other parts of the software like applications and system tools are loaded and the computer starts to run. Never use the power button to switch off the computer unless something has gone wrong. Watch the demonstration on how to power down the computer in the next clip. The best way to shut down the computer system is to move the cursor to the start button, click on it, then go to power, click on it, then finally click on shut down. When you follow the correct way of powering down the computer, the operating system will shut down the system after stopping all the processes and closing all applications. This will help the system to save data and information and to protect the operating system. We will now discuss how to switch on and off other devices. Nowadays, there are many devices that you can connect to the computer. These include television sets, printers, scanners, smartphones, CD and DVD players, and more. Note that the power button symbol or icon is the same on all devices that use power. Let's talk about how to switch on and off a few selected electronic devices. The powering up or down of a smart or ordinary phone is similar to that of a computer. It also loads its operating system and apps in its memory. A phone takes a bit of time to completely switch off because it closes down apps and files before shutting down. Use the power button correctly to switch on and shut down the phone. When you switch the printer on, it delays a bit before it starts to print. It takes some time to run some checks to find out whether there are papers on the tray or if there is a paper jam. It also reads whether there is ink or not and if the connections to the computer are faultless. You should not unplug the printer while it is working. This may cause paper jam and other problems. Deal with paper jams gently to avoid damaging the printer. When switching on and off the scanner, use the same way as a printer because it also runs some checks before it is ready to scan documents. There are two ways in which you can switch a television set on and off. The first one is to press a power button on the remote control, and the other way is to press the power button on the television set. Always follow the correct way of switching on and off the television set in order to make it last long. Revision exercise. Number 1. Why is it important to shut down the computer correctly? Give 4 reasons. Number 2. What is a peripheral device? Mention 5 examples of peripheral devices. Number 3. Explain why it is important to shut down electronic devices correctly. Summary. In this lesson, you learned about how to power up and power down a computer and peripherals. You also learned about precautions to take when switching on and off devices.